Hello my fellow mongrels. It's been a few weeks since the Mongrel Horde finished, but there's been some comments on a few cards from the mini set, as well as some more comments on cards from the main set. So it's time for another patch notes video. Only 4 cards are changing this video, but stay until the end of the video for some teasers for my next expansion. Alright, let's start with all the cards that have been nerfed, and it's almost all the ones in this video. In one of the videos for the Mongrel Horde, I showcased this hunter secret, Your Truckload Dead. This 2-mana secret will trigger after your opponent casts a spell and then summon a 3/5 burly Rockjaw truck, which would get an additional +2 attack whenever your opponent casts another spell. But a comment suggested that this card would easily become too snowbally and would need a nerf. I was a little hesitant at first, but then I realized I'd never made an improved version of that hunter secret, which was important since one of my previous expansions had dealt with improved hunter secrets. And the thing is, Burly Rockjaw Truck already has a weaker version of it that exists, Stone Splinter Truck. So from now on, your Truckload Dead will instead summon a 2/3 Stone Splinter Truck, but will then give it +1/+1, since just getting a 2-mana minion is not really worth the delay when you already spent 2 mana. The improved version of your Truckload Dead will instead summon the Burly Rockjaw Truck minion from before, but also with +1/+1 to stay in theme with the other version. Another card from the main set you had comments on was Clerical Era for Priest. Clerical Era summons a 1/3 North Shava Cleric and will then restore 6 health to all friendly characters, but had previously been nerfed from 3 mana to 4 mana. Even still, there was a comment suggesting that the card was still too strong, so it has been nerfed another time to 5 mana, but will now restore 8 health to all friendly characters. The last card getting nerfed is one of the new Warband members introduced in the Mongrel Horde mini set. If you forgot what these are, they are 12 tokens attached to the expansion's keyword Warband. When you include a card with a Warband keyword in your deck, you could pick 3 of these tokens that could then be generated by other cards. The Warband memo you had a comment on was the new one, Warband Pathfinder. This 3-mana 2/1 minion would reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 4 when summoned, but a commenter suggested that this was just too powerful. We arrived at a 2-mana reduction being the correct number, but to compensate I've also increased the Pathfinder's health by 1. Those were it for the nerfs, so now let's move on to the buffs, and there's just one, and I'm actually not sure you could really call this a buff. The card Winter Casualties was a 4-mana spell for Death Knight and Druid that would summon 2/2/2 Treants, which would each summon 2 frail ghouls upon death. There weren't any comments on this card, but I realized the card with the word Winter in its name should probably be a Frost spell. So from now on, Winter Casualties will have the Frost Ghoul. Alright, that was it for the patch notes part of this video, so now let's move on to the real fun. I've previously revealed that my next expansion will be called Mongrel Film Festival, and today I want to talk a little about some of the cards and features you can expect in the expansion. As you might have guessed from the name, Mongrel Film Festival is all about movies and films. Each class will follow a specific film genre, and they each get a legendary film spell to build an entire deck around. Today I will be showcasing one of these legendaries, the Cycle of Nature for Druid. Druid's theme in this expansion is documentaries, and they get this 4-mana nature spell. When you cast it, all your 1/1 saplings will be 2/2 Treants. Your Treants will be 5/5 Ancients, and your Ancients will be 8/8 Giants for the rest of the game. This will of course transform any of these minions you already have on the battlefield, but will also change all of your cards and effects that summon or interact with these minions. Like, take this new card, Cultivator. This 1-mana 1/1 minion has both a Battlecry and a Death Rattle that will summon a 1/1 sapling. That's a very strong 1-drop on its own, but once you've cast the Cycle of Nature, this card will instead look like this, with its Battlecry and Death Rattle now summoning 2/2 Treants. Or this card, Natural Growth. This 2-mana nature spell will transform one of your Treants into a 5/5 Ancient with Taunt. But if you cast the Cycle of Nature, it will instead transform an Ancient into an 8/8 Giant with Taunt. Even a card like Winter Casualties, that just got changed in this video, will now summon 5/5 Decaying Ancients that still summon 2 frail ghouls upon death. Alright guys, those were it for all the cards and updates in this video. I'm not sure there will be another video on this channel until Gnomeregan Film Festival comes out, but don't go anywhere, because each week I will be posting updates about the expansion on my community tab, so subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on those. And give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And they each get a legendary film spell. Film spell? Sure.